Okay, so I'm loving this commercial, this whole thing there, Mark Watney. But let's go back to the beginning on this thing and just get what the sample is we need lab. Usually I'm running site 30 or 48, the forbidden SCP, which is usually the college level teacher of all 50 states. I have to homogenize that dirt, and we're going to talk about why here in just one second. This thing right here, we don't know what one is. They're defining that over about what, let's see, they there she goes, that area like that. But let's say we change the area of what that is. I only have my little spot out back, and I got some shade issues, and that's not necessarily going to run true about where I'm positioned, how far of a distance that 6-inch serves to about what that should be if you were to break down 1 acre into pound boxes 6 inches deep about what that soil is, defining what one is by parts per million. They're the the mass unit, excuse me, the tau, muon, excuse me, tau, which is a heavier particle than a molar mass, right? It's heavier in the way that the tau, some mu2 is going to come in here after the little squirrel that we used to be. Somewhere's in here. Started turning over. But when you're defining that in your own backyard soil test, we have to know what we're looking at, right? And that means that I have to determine how to make a test for organic material. I need indissolved solids, a way to spectrometry that with a chemical test, much like your carbon monoxide smoke detector, but with different engineering, right? It's got to hit the particle has to hit the paper strip tells me pH. pH is a salt, has to do with ionization, which is up or down, right? There's some standard model stuff inside of there about what diagrams I'm allowing to be on this farm before all this is so close, or how what crop I have onto it is ideal to one lot or one core sample 6 inches deep in that dirt, about the four corners of the post. Well, maybe 6 or 8. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 8. You need that symmetrical quark to it. So if the four corners are your squared circle, then that's going to get you some of that torsion or arc on that, because it's going to run in a cycle when that corn uses it, or anything else that you have in that quadrant of what it is, or non-protobative TI, non-degradable, degraded IT or TI perturbation theory, because here I'm doing the time interval of an irrational, not necessarily the it department, where if I send them a bag of dirt with labels on them for what they're supposed to be, you'll pump me out what this result is. Instead, now I'm saying between those kinds of systems, if I did that in my own backyard system, with those other variables add together at that bar, Hamiltonian would be a larger hat inside of the dirt that has more to say than the eigenvalue hat about what that bracket's program is in terms of base to height on any of those elements. And I think it's an Isidore state in NSCP. But you can imagine an Isidore or your regular old Seraphim, Dante's parody, how that plays out, could have an issue in this way, given why you may or may not do the what is it, the ionic exchange or whatever it is inside of there about being a salt or being a compound organic that needs some kind of time function to divide it, so it's on some baseline or high or low, or it's creeping through its phase, because corn's phase, wheat's phase, training hawks or making Mongolians climb the mountain to get it. So having fun with that.